The internet has existed for the past 25 years, and we know this as the internet of information. But imagine a world where we live in an era where we have the internet of value. Digital assets that I've mentioned last time are actually the things of value that we care about, the things of value that we move and protect using the internet. And these are the things that really identify who we are. The problem is that the infrastructure, the way things work today, is that those value of information is being controlled by centralized authorities. And those centralized authorities are the ones that store and control our information. It's very costly, and we cannot control it. It is used for their benefit, and it can actually be used against us. I want you to imagine a world where, using blockchain technology, we can do things a little bit differently. And today I wanted to talk about a use case of identity on the blockchain. But let's start firstly, what is identity and why do we look at it as a digital asset? Well, identity is something very personal, but it is also something that is social based, because identity really relies and it is born from our social interactions, and it is highly contextual. One identity can be different from another. Your identity with your friends might be different from your identity with your employer. And identity really is the observation, the certain observation that people have on you. And if you were to look at a digital asset as an identity attribute, you can look at it as the output that an individual has with an organization, also known as credentials. Now let's take an example. Anybody here knows ICBC? ICBC is the organization that gives us the right to have a BC driver's license. We are from the beautiful British Columbia in Canada, and we have the right to drive. But if I have a speeding ticket, that right to drive and to have that driver's license can be revoked from me instantly. But imagine a world where you can keep this digital identity in a digital form online, and you only need to verify and validate parts of my identity. Imagine a world where we can actually take the digital identity and individually encrypt that on blockchain and individually validate that with a high degree of security and validation using blockchain technology. In this world, in your day-to-day life, the way we would go about it is organization will only need proof of parts of that identity. For example, they might care about my age, whether or not I have sufficient funds in my wallet. They might care about my academic certifications, and maybe they'll care about my driving offenses if I have any. Let's take a really vivid example. Vegas. A lot of us are going to Vegas to have fun, but some of us are going there just to work. But when you have fun, you want to be able to drink alcohol. Imagine you're at a mall, in a restaurant, and you're standing in front of a beer vending machine. And that beer vending machine is blockchain and AI based. You're standing in front of it and it is scanning your face for face recognition. And then it only needs certain parts of proof of my digital identity. Now, it may need my age, my drinking age. It may want to know that I have sufficient funds to pay for the beer. And it might want to know if I had any driving offenses in the past year. So that really gives you an ability to disclose parts of my identity without jeopardizing my privacy. The restaurant and the mall are able to have these vending machines that can sell more beers to more clients with little friction, faster, and with minimum staff. So what does this example really explains to us is that when you use blockchain technology to automate and to move and protect these digital assets, at the end of it all, you're actually able to positively affect your bottom line.